Hello, this is DustinR again with my third battle of the morning. It is currently 9 a.m. and I am tired as hell. But anyways, this is the third round of the speedrun tourney that is being hosted by Colorado Avalanche on Nintendo Worlds. And this time I am versing Articuno88. Articuno led off with Swampert, and I led off with Shaman. Already switched Swampert out, knowing the danger, over to Cresselia. I luckily hit with Seed Flare and made the special defense drop. And Artie wasn't paying attention, and I wound up getting a second Seed Flare in while he charge beamed. And I almost dropped Cresselia to nothing if it wasn't for leftovers. So I decided to use Air Slash. He switched out for Scizor, knowing that Cresselia was almost dead. So since Scizor was out, I was fearing the U-turn. I switched Heatran in. Now it's just a bunch of switching in and out right now, so I just sped this part up. But anyways, he put Stealth Rock up now with Shaman out, and he switched out again. I kind of figured he'd be switching out again, so I was going to Seed Flare and hope for the special defense drop. So I switched Shaman out for Heatran again, and as I suspected, his Scizor did no U-turn. And he switches back out for Swampert, so I switch back out to my Abbott. And to my dismay, I get roared out, and my Jolteon gets brought in. I thought he would predict I'd switch, so I stayed into Shadow Ball. To my amazement, he saw through my overprediction and Earthquake instead of roared. So I lost Jolteon in the process of my overprediction. So I brought Shaman back out to force his switch again, and to see if I can get some more damage on that Scizor, but it turns out he was bringing out Gengar instead. And his Gengar is going to sub through this because Artie made a berry fail. He apparently didn't put the right berry on. So he could have easily taken Shaman out if he would have had the right berry. But anyways, he Destiny Bonds as I tried to finish off the job, so he took me out anyways along with him. So he brings his Breloom out while I bring Heatran back out. He switches out for his Suicune. I figured I'd try something new with Heatran and see if I can do as much plausible damage against Suicune and keep it in the field before he could rest and get his Calm Mind set up. So I was letting Heatran take one for the team. And here comes Abbott. But instead, he switches out, and while I get a quick D-dance, and I knew Roar was coming, so I figured I'd outrage real quick to get the extra damage in before I get swapped out. And so my Medicham got dragged in. And I'm going to Brick Break, which will finish off Cresselia. And then he brings Suicune back out, so I try to continue my Brick Breaks. And Swampert just barely survives from the second last Brick Break. So I decided to outrun it and finish it off with the last Brick Break, and out comes Suicune again. So I switched Medicham out for Abbott, because I knew Abbott can wall Suicune's set. and I can get set up that way. So I sped this up because it was a nice stally little bit here. And as you'll notice, I've gotten quite a few D dances while proving the bulkiness of my Kingdra. And as you notice, I got an Lancet Berry activation in there, which increases the critical strike chance, which makes the sniper ability even more dangerous to use. And now noticing that he has Breloom out, I decided to rest up off the damage that I was taking from the surf damage that I was taking from Suicune, so that way I can keep myself in long enough. And I decided to outrage upon his substitute Breloom. And as soon as I snapped awake, he decided to put me back to sleep, which saved me from the confusion from outrage in the end. And I luckily got outrage again with Sleep Talk. And I just hope my bratty sisters didn't get on to the recording of this. Anyways, he brings Scizor out while I'm still asleep, and I wound up getting rest instead of the hopeful outrage. So I take damage from U-turn, which keeps me just above half. He switches back for Suicune and switches back out for Scizor. I kind of thought I'd be snapping out of sleep, so I was attempting to use Outrage, but it turns out I was still asleep. So I attempt Outrage again, and this time I woke up just in the nick of time to finish off Scizor with one last Outrage. And I managed to drop Suicune, defensive Suicune, down to 114 HP, which is quite the hefty chunk for only 5 D-dances on a very low attack power Kingdra. And of course, confusion finishes me off when I was trying to rest. I was trying to get the health back from the damage I took. I was sitting at 3 HP at the time. Anyways, because at this point he managed to wall me with my only 2 remaining guys, who are both physical. Thanks to Artie, because I missed the chance to actually save this battle onto my DS. So thanks to Artie, I was able to get the video from him, so that way I can do this recording. But anyways, great game there, Artie. This was truly a very epic match, and I hope to have more like these with you sometime in the future. Just hopefully not in the finals. Alright?